Hawks, it's Miss Darcy. I am so excited to tell you about kindergarten. I brought a book along. It's called A Place Called Kindergarten. We are so excited that you will be going on your next adventure to kindergarten. You are so ready to be there. Are you ready to hear about kindergarten? Let's do it. The animals in the barn were happy. The sun was rising over the oak tree, and it was time for Tommy, the boy, to come down from the big house. Here's his house. He came every day. He'd bring a horse. He brought the horse an apple and rub his dappled little nose. He'd feed the sheep a biscuit and scratch her woolly back. He'd give the hen some corn and watch her sort and peck at the kernels. He'd always have a fistful of dandelions for the cow, which she considered a delicacy. Sometimes Tommy would sing to them a song about working on the railroad, and he'd throw his ball against the wall over and over and over, which they found kind of soothing. He always talked to them like humans, which made them feel very important. On this particular day, however, Tommy did not appear at his usual time. Wonder where Tommy went. Where can he be? Asked the horse. I can't imagine, said the sheep. He always comes, whined the hen. Where on earth is he? Wondered the cow. If you'd been there listening, it would probably have sounded like this. Nee, cluck, moo, ba, nee, cluck, moo, ba. Just then, the dog wandered by. The barn animals didn't like the dog much because he stole their food, and he barked a lot. But he knew what went on in the big house. Hey! Hey, where's Tommy today? The cow asked the dog. He usually comes when the sun rises over the oak tree. And he's gone. Gone? Exclaimed the sheep. Yup, gone. In the big yellow bus. Well, where'd he go? Asked the horse, who was quite alarmed. I heard him talking, the dog yawned. He went to a place called... Little Hawks, can you help me? What is that place you're going to go to next year? Oh, yeah, kindergarten. He went to kindergarten. Kindergarten? What's that? Said the barn animals, almost all at once. Search me, the dog scratched an ear, and then lopped off to see if the garbage can was tippy enough to be upended for a snack. The animals burst into a worried conversation. Where is kindergarten? What does it look like? What will happen to Tommy there? Will he ever come back? If you would have been listening to the animals, it would have sounded more like this. Bah, bah, moo, moo, cluck, 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 nee, nee. The sun had risen way past the oak tree and even past the barn, and still Tommy did not come. The animals were quiet. They were pretending to be calm. The horse, who was the tallest, peeked out the window every 2 or 3 minutes. The cow patrolled the door. The sheep listened for boy-sized footsteps, and the hen, it paced in circles. Finally, when the sun was dropping toward the distant cornfield, they heard him. Hello, I'm home. Yes, bellowed the horse, and all the animals laughed and truly jumped for joy. The hen even flew a little. Into the barn walked Tommy with the biggest smile ever. His once yellow t-shirt looked like someone had thrown a rainbow at it. Splat! I've been to kindergarten, he said, and I've learned so much. The animals stood at a polite and smiling attention as Tommy told them all about it. Are you ready to hear about what kindergarten was like for Tommy? Let's listen. Listen to this. A is for apple. That's for you. He handed the apple to the horse and he rubbed his nose like always. The horse smiled as much as he could when there was an apple in his mouth. B is for biscuit, and that's for you. He gave the sheep a biscuit and he scratched her curly wool till her eyes shut for the pleasure of it. C is for corn, said Tommy. He sprinkled the kernels at the feet of the hen, if you can call it feet, who happily danced and cackled and pecked. And D is for dandelions. He pretended the cow with an extra big handful. She was delighted. I learned all those letters today, and there's so many more to come. Tomorrow we're going to do E, then F, and G, and H. And H is for horse, by the way. And I finger painted a picture of worms, and we planted seeds, and Mrs. Miller taught us all about the world turning. Hey, and I learned a new song. Do you want to hear it? Without waiting for a response from the animal audience, who were very happily chewing, he began. When Mother Nature paints the sky, she puts a rainbow in it. Then she adds a small white cloud. It only takes 1 minute. Tommy sang his new song so many times, and he threw the ball against the wall. If you would have been listening to the animals, it would have sounded like this. Cluck, cluck, ba, ba, moo, nee, cluck, cluck, moo, ba, moo, nee, cluck, 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 moo, nee, ba. Lots of noise. When it was getting dark, Tommy was called to the big house for supper. He yelled an extra loud, "Good night," to the animals. He threw the ball in the air as high as it would go before he caught it, and he charged out toward the house. For a long while, his song drifted down the hill to the barn. The animals settled in. The horse nibbled hay thoughtfully. The cow slurped some water and lay down to sleep. Then the hen plopped cozily into her nest. The sheep was not sleepy. "What do you suppose comes after H?" she asked. "He'll tell us tomorrow," said the horse, "after he goes to kindergarten." Boys and girls, kindergarten sounds like a really fun place to go. I can't wait to hear about all of your adventures that you have when you go to kindergarten. You know, you can come back to Little Hawks anytime to see your teachers and tell us about your adventures. We look forward to seeing you again. Until next time, we are wishing you well. Bye.